Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I haven't celebrated Christmas in 21 years.
Controversial conversations. Maritimers plan to steer clear of certain subjects this holiday season.
It's amazing to see that to have a sports start and we see it develop throughout the province and stuff. It's been quite a journey.
Lasting legacy. Fredericton's first ringette league marks half a century on ice.
It's hard to feel your best in an outfit that isn't your favorite.
And the right fit, a new thrift shop in St. John, makes inclusive fashion affordable and fun.
Clearing and colder tonight with the region off to another frosty start Tuesday.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening. Happy Monday. Welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Peno-Palace. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, relative risk. The holidays are a time to come together and celebrate, but they can also ignite some heated conversations, from outspoken opinions to passive-aggressive pokes. Not every topic is worth unwrapping at the dinner table. CTV's Jesse Thomas joins us now with tips on how to keep the peace and avoid a family feud during your festivities. Hi there, Jesse.
Hey, Maria, that's right. The holidays, they're just around the corner. And while some people are eager to pack up the van and spend some extra time with family, others are bracing for some of those patience testing and at times challenging conversations around the dinner table.
For many, gathering with family during Christmas and the holidays is a must-do, but not everyone makes it happen.
Is it important to get together with family for you?
Well, I mean, I wish I could, but they're back home in the States.
Holidays are a time when we're supposed to slow down and relax with loved ones. But between that passive-aggressive aunt or the know-it-all cousin, for some, the standard holiday dinner can be exhausting and patience testing.
When we're with family, it seems that our push buttons, our triggers, get activated a lot more quickly.
But according to a recent Leger poll, the majority of Canadians, 73% of those polled, say they're looking forward to spending quality time with family and loved ones over the holidays.
We also asked the question whether or not they've come up with a fake excuse to dodge a family get-together, and yeah, 45% of Canadians said they had.
Still, most want to spend time with their family at Christmas and over the holidays.
Very important. Yeah, I'm in Alberta, and I'm visiting my family for the Christmas holidays. So,
when asked about what conversations stir the pot most, Canadians most often mention politics, money, and immigration. So how do you handle those touchy subjects around the table?
When we get to the point where it's almost a debate, well, with humor, you can say, oh, I didn't know that we would need a referee today. Or, you know, I really appreciate you. And I can tell that right now we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Those we talk to say there's no subject off limits.
If I'm with the extended family, we put a cap on politics, but my parents, my brother, we're all like-minded otherwise.
And whether you're dodging debates or diving right in, holiday gatherings are still a tradition that most Canadians will show up for. But interestingly, it seems some may be choosing to bite their tongue in order to keep the peace. Maria, 52% in the Leger report say they're more cautious about what they say in conversations at the dinner table than they were a few years ago.
Isn't that interesting? And not really surprising, actually, considering the political climate the last few years. Thank you so much, Jesse. CTV's Jesse Thomas for us in the newsroom. That actually brings us to tonight's web poll. We are asking, do you avoid certain topics when gathering with family? You've got 3 options. Yes, I avoid controversial conversations, or no, nothing is off the table. And your final option, it depends on the gathering. Just go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, Todd Batt is standing by now with a look at the day's headlines. Hi, Todd.
Hi, Maria. Coming up at 6 o'clock, a woman and 4 men are facing charges in relation to a double homicide in Dieppe that dates back to 2019. The bodies of a 78-year-old man and 74-year-old woman were found inside the home September of that year. Coming up in the newscast, we'll tell you about the charges. We'll also hear from the RCMP. Lobster season open for Nova Scotia's largest and most lucrative fishing season today. Thousands of traps were dropped for dumping day. We will take you to the wharf as they headed out. It was quite a parade, as you can see there. A woman in Halifax was left with life-threatening injuries after being hit by a garbage truck early this morning. The incident happened at 5:30 in the morning at a busy intersection. The road was closed for part of the day. We'll have the latest on the investigation and what advocates are saying about this collision. What to talk about over the holidays? Kayla Mitchell would suggest the weather.
Absolutely. It's a topic that I always have lots to share on, and one that brings a lot of Canadians together as well. It was a very chilly day across much of the Maritimes. We did see a light mixture of some rain and some snow move across parts of Nova Scotia. Other areas, a mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures now, as we're heading into the first part of this evening, in a couple of spots already falling to and below the freezing mark, especially around northern and central areas of New Brunswick. And we are headed into a colder night around the Maritimes. Taking a look at the winds, a little bit variable in direction, but mostly out of the north and northwest, and being sustained in a lot of cases 5 to 15 kilometers per hour, except for some coastal areas which are seeing some winds a little bit closer towards 20. Was very happy to see that the winds were lighter this morning when the South Shore lobster fishery got underway in the southwest of Nova Scotia. There's a few gusts being reported around coastal areas now, up to around 30, 33 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at things on radar and satellite as we continue through this evening and tonight, we'll continue to see a little bit more clearing in the region, and that is a ridge of high pressure makes its way in from the west. As the skies clear up, temperatures fall a little bit. We'll likely see some frost develop tonight, like the last couple of colder and somewhat clearer November nights we have had. Now, in behind that, temperatures do come up a couple of degrees for the middle part of this week on Wednesday, but it does come in with our next round of rain, so I'll have more details on that coming up in the forecast a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. So listen, if you love winter weather, I have a feeling you're going to love our brand new contest. CTV and the Snowmobilers Association of Nova Scotia want to send you on an outdoor adventure. A certified guide will lead one lucky viewer and a guest through the Cape Breton Highlands snow-covered trails. We're also throwing in all equipment, clothing, and training, plus accommodation, spending money, swag, and more. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per day until Saturday at 5 p.m. and we'll announce the winner December 5th. Good luck. That's a good one. All right, time for a break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, a story with a real ring to it.
We started playing here in 1975, and I played in the first games they played here.
The sport of ringette celebrates 50 years since the first league began in Fredericton. More on that lasting legacy next.
Hi, it's Katie Kelly. The 62nd annual Christmas Daddies Telethon is happening December 6th on CTV. We're wrapping the studio in sparkle, smiles, and holiday cheer, helping maritime children since 1964. You don't want to miss this celebration.
Welcome back. The Ed Benoit Tournament was held this weekend with 93 ringette teams from across the Maritimes in Ontario. CTV's Laura Brown caught up with Louise Wilkins, who was on the original team 50 years ago and is now watching her great-granddaughters play.
We started playing here in 1975, and I played in the first games they played here.
How does it feel to be able to say that?
What? It's amazing to say that, to have a sport start and we see it develop throughout the province and stuff. It's been quite a journey. Okay, and we're having 4 generations play it. My daughter played it. She played in the Canada Games, and in the first Canada Games that had ringette in it was 1991. She played in that, and her daughter was on the team that won the bronze medal in 2015.
So this is a truly family affair for you.
Oh, it is, yeah. It's been a very nice thing to do, okay, and enjoyed the games, okay, and see the sport develop.
What is it about the game for you and your family?
It's just it's a good game for girls to get out, and team sports are so good, especially, and when we started, team sports for girls were unusual, okay, and to see that develop, okay, and this is a great team sport for girls. They make lots of friendships, and it's really good for their development. And
how long did you play?
I played for about 15 years.
Just how does it feel to watch your great-granddaughter?
Oh, it's amazing to watch them play. There's no question to see them come out and enjoy the game.
Talk about full circle. Thank you, Louise, for sharing. All right, so it didn't exactly feel like Christmas on Saturday, but a large crowd gathered at Halifax's Grand Parade to celebrate the season.
Star of Christmas, shine within us, make each day mean us, la 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 la.
Despite the pouring rain, people were happy to be there for the annual tree lighting and a special sing-along of the iconic Sobe Star of Christmas jingle.
The song was created in 1987 and aired annually as a Christmas jingle until 2004. And since then, there's been different iterations of it popping up in the community. And, Sobeys and the Halifax Regional Municipality felt like this would be a great time to do the, this historic moment, having the largest sing-along ever.
Oh, excellent. Well, we certainly know that song. Following the sing-along, it was time for the main event, the tree lighting. As the crowd counted down from 10, the tree briefly flickered on before going dark, likely due to weather-related technical issues. Fireworks still lit up the night sky to cap off the event. So, Kaylin, the weather did put a damper on things, unfortunately. But, as they say, the show must go on.
So most of the time I like talking about weather during the holidays. Not so much Saturday night, though. Not so much Saturday night. On Friday, I did mention that there would be a higher chance of showers on the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, as a round of rain might brush in off the Atlantic. We'll replace the words brush in with landed squarely on the Atlantic of Nova Scotia.
It was wet and cold.
It was wet and it was cold, and that rain was certainly steady, even heavy at times. It was a dreary day across much of the region, and I'm going to have more on the forecast. We take a look at some scenes from around Halifax after the break.
Safe on the water. Use those muscles. Daddy, don't we didn't do like that. Sharks say go to the Mars. Stay dry. Be safe on the water.
Yes, be safe on the water for sure. It's dumping day, and to send off their fishermen and fisherwomen, a group of students from Drumlin Heights Consolidated School in Argyle, Nova Scotia, created this fabulous video to wish them a successful and safe lobster season. 147 students from pre-primary right through to grade 6 participated. And Kaylin, they even created an AI-generated song for the big send-off. Check it out.
Drumlin Heights, we've got a reason. Stay brave, boat steady, haul strong, don't stop. Bring home the lobsters, go get them non-stop. Keep your lines tight.
Go get them non-stop.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that great? Yeah, so we're told this is the first time the kids did a video format. They usually make posters and put them around the local wharfs to send out their well wishes. So I dare say they may have kicked off a bit of a tradition here. And of course, we're wishing everyone a safe and successful season.
That song might be the biggest catch of the entire
It's awesome. Excellent. And Kaylin, a lot of people wondering how the weather will be over the next 24 hours or so. Yeah.
Well, I was glad that the weather conditions were cooperative this morning, certainly to get the fisheries launched. The winds did pick up a little bit for the marine areas out of the northwest throughout the day, getting closer to 20 knots. Those winds will be easing a bit, though, as we make our way past midnight. And last time I checked, there wasn't much in the way of warnings out for those marine areas, which is always a good sign. Taking a look here at our sunrise and sunset times along the Bay of Fundy shoreline in the vicinity of St. John in New Brunswick. Taking a look at our weather systems map, barometric pressure is actually going to be rising a little bit as we make our way through this evening and tonight, because it is a weak ridge of high pressure off of a high pressure system that's centered around the eastern seaboard that's coming up over the Maritimes. So a little bit of partial clearing tonight. As the sky clears up a little bit, it is going to be getting colder. We'll likely see some frost develop overnight. tonight, and then in the forecast for tomorrow, for Tuesday, mostly a mix of sun and cloud. Here's what's left. A little bit of light rain and some light snow mixed in around the east of Nova Scotia. That's going to continue to come to an end as we make our way through this evening. We'll stop at around midnight. You can see at that point in time, we're looking at some fairly clear areas around the Maritimes, including much of the east and south of New Brunswick, much of mainland Nova Scotia. A little bit more of some partly cloudy conditions, though, around Prince Edward Island and Cape Breton, and maybe a little bit of cloud cover increasing around the northwest of New Brunswick. Into the start of the day for tomorrow, a good portion of the region will start off with sunshine, just cold temperatures first thing in the morning, but there will be some increasing cloudiness from the west as we head into and through Tuesday afternoon. So at that point in time, becoming more of a mix of sun and cloud around the region. Cloud cover continues to increase through Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, and there is a rainy weather system on its way in for Wednesday. That rain looks like it'll be developing across much of Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, southern areas of New Brunswick through Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon and evening. Some of the rain reaching up into northern areas of New Brunswick, where initially it might be mixed in with some snow, and some of the rain reaching areas of Cape Breton. Taking a look at our winds in the forecast for tonight and for tomorrow. So for tonight, initially out of the northwest. Tomorrow there is a change in the wind direction. It'll become more westerly. It is going to be a little bit breezy for parts of the region tomorrow. Not so much for New Brunswick. Generally light winds there with a few gusts between 20 and 30 kilometers per hour. But some of the peak wind gusts for Prince Edward Island and parts of Nova Scotia could get a little bit closer to 40 kilometers per hour. On Wednesday, the winds are going to become south and southwest, and that's going to bump the temperatures up a little bit, which is why we're looking at mostly rain from that next weather system coming in. Tonight, though, getting colder. A lot of low temperatures, a few to several degrees below the freezing mark. And again, the potential for some frost developing during the overnight hours. High temperatures in the forecast for Tuesday. I do see a little bit of recovery into the afternoon, so 5 to 8 degrees across New Brunswick, and around 6-7 degrees for many communities in Prince Edward Island, and a lot of high temperatures for Nova Scotia tomorrow between 5 and 9 degrees. On Wednesday, there's that low pressure system pushing that round of rain across the region. It does look like the steadiest of the rain will be in southern areas of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. Right now, the potential for some rainfall amounts of around 10 to 25 millimeters. The rain does look like it'll be lighter towards northern and western areas of New Brunswick. Let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 5-year-old Leah Deschamps from Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia. Leah sent us a lovely drawing of a rainbow and taking a look outside at that rainbow with a couple of friends. Weather watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So we may be in the 21st century, but the Halifax Citadel Society brought visitors all the way back to the 19th century this weekend. CTV's Paul DeWitt takes us to the annual Victorian Christmas in support of Feed Nova Scotia.
Hello and welcome to the Halifax Citadel Victorian Christmas weekend. We're just here this weekend to represent what a Christmas festivity might look like during the mid-19th century here at the fort. We have kind of a Christmas party set up, soldiers camp, Father Christmas visits, and multiple bands performers from around the city to come celebrate this weekend with us. You'll see a recreation of a soldier's camp, so what life would look like in the field during Christmas time. You'll see brass bands playing Christmas carols. You'll see other festivities and crafts rooms as well for kids. And we have a coffee bar inside as well, selling kind of food and whatnot. So the camp does a good job of showing people the hardships of living in the fields back in the mid-19th century. Obviously not nearly as comfortable as camping would be today.
Welcome to the Victorian Tailor Shop. Everything you see in here are costumes. You can try things on. We have berets, bonnets, we have soldiers' uniforms. We have a photo backdrop as well.
So this is an annual event. It happens once a year, typically one of the last weekends of November. So if you're around, next November, I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's definitely one of the top things to see in the city around this time of year.
A nice way to immerse yourself in history and help a good cause. All right, time for a break. Here's a preview of our next story.
I'm Avery McCrae in St. John, where still to come on CTV News at 5, we take you inside this recently opened thrift store that carries sizes as high as 6XL. with an important message of body positivity.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter.
What's the tiny little irritating thing your partner does that drives you crazy? Tomorrow at 7.
And Move's 20K holiday is on. New keywords starting at 6 a.m. and every 2 hours.
Welcome back. So finding clothes in larger sizes can be a challenge and at times very expensive. But as CTV's Avery McCrae shows us, a new store in St. John offers an inclusive range of options.
Finding clothes in larger sizes can be a challenge, something Sherry Armstrong knows firsthand.
I've always been a plus size person. I've always struggled with finding the proper outfits to wear and finding them at affordable prices. And it's been a real struggle for a lot of people in St. John.
It led to the opening of Just Plus Thrift Boutique, a dream Armstrong says was 20 years in the making. Here, sizes range from large to 6XL.
It's hard to feel your best in an outfit that isn't your favorite. That's where this dream came from, to make it a little bit easier for people to find that dream outfit, to be able to dress themselves so that they feel confident and feel good about their bodies just the way they are right now.
Around every corner, shoppers can find a message promoting body positivity. A reminder it's a safe shopping experience no matter your size or style.
We've been told for too long as plus size people, you have to wear black, you can't wear patterns, don't wear stripes. They're just little reminders that yes, if Pooh Bear can wear a crop top, so can you. There are no rules about fashion.
The recently opened storefront is one of few businesses in St. John's Lower West Side, away from the shopping-heavy East Side and Uptown districts.
I wanted to really look for a neighborhood where I could give it a boost, where we could return to maybe having some retail, and the Lower West Side was a great place for that.
A hidden gem offering the right fit for plus-size Maritimers. Avery McCrae, CTV News, St. John.
Thank you so much, Avery. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again, and Kaylin, a lot of people talking about the weather today.
That's right. It was a little bit cold to start the day. We got a colder night ahead. We've had some chilly November days as of late, but you may start when you're hearing about weather across the country, hearing a little bit about the polar vortex. Now, I don't want to be worried so much about that here in the Maritimes or Atlantic Canada, but it does look like it could bring some bitterly cold temperatures to other parts of the country towards the end of this week. So coming up at 6, we're going to take a little bit closer look at that.
Excellent. We'll see you and Todd and Katie at 6 o'clock. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. The national news is next.